नमः विष्णुपादाय राधिकाय प्रियात्मने श्री श्रीमद् भक्तिवेदांत नारायण श्री कृष्ण लीला कथाने सुधाक्ष मौलार्य माधुर्य गुणैश्च युक्तम् वरं वरेण्यं पुरुषमान्तं नारायणं त्वं शिरसा त्रिदण्डीनां भक्तशिरोमणि श्रीकृष्ण पादाब्जपदैकं चैतन्यलीलामृतसारसारं नारायणं त्वं सततं प्रपद्ये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे। Let me offer millions of obeisance for the spirit of the Lord day. To follow and to work on common Ishra Santapura and to Puchana Command. The Dandavat, now the past, present, future Vaishnava Tavat Katavatana. Vancha Kalpatarudhyasya Svasthravdhemasya Patitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namaha. Vaishnavebhyo Namaha. Now today, amazing day. Tomorrow is appearance Ekadasi day. Varuttini Ekadasi. Tomorrow Varuttini Ekadasi. Today is Prathama Vaishakha. Sri Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is appearance day. Tomorrow is Varuttini Ekadasi. Then 20th is the new moon day. Then 23rd is Akshaya Tritiya. Next Sunday. So from tomorrow 1 week in the Akshaya Tritiya. So that day, many things, amazing things happened. Badrinath, they opened the temple. Then Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti started 83 years ago. So because of that, Bhakti Prajna, Keshav Goswami Maharaj, Swami Maharaj, we are all meeting here and then discussing. So it is amazing day. Tomorrow is Varuttani Ekadasi. Because Ekadasi is the mother of devotion. We cannot miss Ekadasi. Ekadasi, this is always, it is to Maharaj asking question, Lord Krishna himself answered. Oh Vasudeva, please accept my umbrella. It's Vaishakha, one, Krishna Paksha. What is the name of this peacock? What is the glories of that? Please tell me. Then Lord Shri Krishna is telling a king, in this world and in the other world, such a Krishna Paksha Ekavati, Varutana, is famous as Varutani Ekavati. Through this, one can get a lot of happiness and all kinds of things will get destroyed. Maybe you get all auspicious. If it is done through ladies or streets, then they will become more auspicious. This Ekavati can give liberation, fulfill all desire, can take away all this sin. Then one doesn't have to live in, one doesn't have to enter mother's womb again. Because of this Vrata, Maharaja Mandaka, it comes in Bhagavad, Mandaka, the Purva, the lineage of Donald Ram, Dundumara, many kings, they attained this situation. Even up to that Lord Shiva, because of this Vrata, this following this Ekadasi, Brahma Kapala is a big, sometime Lord Shiva obtained that very big thing. So he also overcame that. Now, and Lord is telling, giving ours charity. Better than that is giving the elephant. Better than elephant is giving the land. Better than that is giving till meaning sesame. Seeds. More than that is gold. Higher than that is annadan, meaning prasadam. There is no higher than that. Because all the forefathers, demigods, humans, they all become satisfied with this prasadam, prasadam, charity. So some of the learned people say kanyada, giving my daughter in marriage is also equivalent to giving prasadam. But Lord himself says, giving go, how? Charity is equivalent to another. But higher than that, so is vidyadhan, knowledge. So, by following this Varutani Ekadasi, you obtain equivalent to this vidyadhan, giving education. Of course, education meaning spiritual knowledge. That's why people become software engineers, doctors, lawyers, so many professions. But knowledge of soul is very much lacking. We don't know it's a science. So one who gives this knowledge to others, there is nothing higher than that. So that's why our sampradaya always gives these two thoughts. They give prasadam. Okay. Swami Maharaj became very, famous by prasadam, right? He used to say our philosophy is kitchen philosophy. Prasadam. And then Atmanya, that they are not. So yes, that's why very few people who can understand what devotee is actually highest welfare. Yes, because one of our acharyas says this world is like a prison. In prison, who stays? Prisoners. They think that they can be happy anytime. It's a prison now. So there is no possibility. So, but if you release them from the prison, there is nothing else. But within the prison, if you give them something, they prolong their stay in prison now, it is okay, but it is not the best thing. Best thing is to make them free from the prison. So that's possible by change of consciousness. So consciousness can be changed by silence. What you, like Anil Prabhu keep telling, Jaisa, Naisa, Vaisa Man. Vaisa Vani, Vaisa Vani. So the kind of rice, food that we take, that determines what kind of mind we will have. The nature of water we drink, that determines our the language we speak. Water. So that's why both has to be prasad. Water that we drink, prasadam we take, must be prasadam. Otherwise, our consciousness is polluted and the big problem. So, tempting water. We put water, some Agnihotra dust, and then drink that water. And it becomes alkaline, it changes it brings energy. Because anything with the cow always auspicious. It empowers. So, that's why the glory of service, but people do not understand. But we should not wait. They are not recognizing. So we should not worry about the local people recognition. Because Guru Parampara recognizes this. And that's good enough. So Guru Parampara recognizes that. Then Lord is good enough. And then there is no turning back. So, like that. So, acha. हाँ? नहीं ऐसा ही नहीं व्हाट्सएप So, that's why it says, if you do this, even Chitragupta, he cannot count the greatness of his charity, giving prasadam to others, and then his Atmakatha. That's why Swami Maharaj, our Acharya, always insists, our Gurudev on true existence of God by science. That's why sometimes I kind of bring in the science. It is not that we are depending on the science, but we can use it certainly. Look, it can take us beyond science. And, science also has to admit one day what the scriptures is talking about. So that way, actually nowadays the consciousness, scientists want to know what is consciousness, where it is coming from. Now it's a big debate going on for many. They think it comes from the matter. See, their idea is always matter. Matter is the beginning. But we say no, matter is not the beginning, consciousness. So how to prove that this is how? In one time, many years ago, maybe just 10 years ago, there was a conference, international conference on consciousness. And I presented one paper in San Diego. How supreme consciousness can solve. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. ये नहीं चाहिए. So, Vishnu Maharaj blessed me with this combination. So, in that conference, many scientists talking about how the consciousness comes from, and they are also busy solving so many unsolved problems. So I presented, I showed them quantum mechanics. Is a very bewildering science. There's so many unsolved problems. Showed the way. If you accept supreme consciousness, then how all these problems become trivial. Problem does not even exist. So, simple. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaniti, Dhamma. Scientists, of course, they don't understand even mind. So we have to convince them accepting mind. There is more than body. Then soul. Then super soul. Then Pranmeti Paramatmeti. Our God is one, but He manifests. Like that, systematically, we can show. So we can actually have a foundation for this all these scientists. Like I can give you one example, I might have given you many times. Because Supreme Lord is, he says Sarvatra Sarvatra. He is everywhere all the time. Now, from a mundane point of view, it's very difficult to understand. How is it possible that one entity is everywhere all the time? Can be how small it must be. How so all pervading, all these things will come up. So it's very easy because I will not take much time, but I will elucidate just this point. That way, the reason why I'm saying this is it will have two effects. One is devotee's faith will increase. Our goal is we have to increase our faith. Yes. 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 God is there. He's so amazing. He's so amazing. So, like in the pastime of Nityananda Prabhu, Vrindavan Thakur. Today is disappearing there. Vrindavan Thakur. There is one pastime he talks in his Chaitanya Bhagavat. First it was named as Chaitanya Mandal. But the same name was given by Rochan Das. So decided to change it to Chaitanya Bhagavat. In that, he credits to Nityananda Prabhu. Credit to Nityananda. Because he brings out the tattva Nityananda. It is Balaram. And it's so merciful, beyond any description. So there is one pastime where Nityananda Prabhu is trying to attract all the jivas. See, the jivas are not forced to accept Lord or is external protection. We have to do our that minute independence. But he gives you knowledge of what are the consequences. So in this pastime, Lord is Nityananda Prabhu is wearing all the gold, diamond, Avadhuta, carefree. Very bold and doesn't care for anything, but he wears. Now you may wonder, wait a minute, if he's a sadhu, Avadhuta, what need is there for the gold, diamond and all? And we ourselves know gold, diamond is like a dust. But why is wearing? So reason is, everything has a reason. He's wearing to attract certain kind of living entity who are like thieves. See, thieves, in the eye of thieves, what do they look? The robbers, right? Robbers. They're always looking for gold, diamond. The first thing it attracts them. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was a small boy. Mother Sachimata adorned me so many ornaments. And these two thieves came and they saw this beautiful Lord. First thing they saw is all the ornaments. Their thinking is, wow, somehow or the other we should steal. These two thieves were already planning. I want his necklace. I want his bracelet. He can take that. I will take this. Like, they already, decided what ornament they will take it. And Lord is also playing. He knows. Yes, come to attract. So he made them Oh, come, we'll take your, give you some fruit or something. So Lord is very happy on their, Lord is putting his hand, that's sitting on it, their shoulder, there. And people wonder, neighbors, they are thinking they must be related to him. Otherwise, the small child will cry, right? Some unknown person, child will cry. But here he is not crying. So he must be related. That's why they are carrying him like that. But here, Sachimata and Jagannath Mishra, they have almost their life force will go away. They are searching for Nimai. And here is missing. And here the two thieves taking him around there, market this way. And their idea is to take him away in a lonely place where he can steal all the gold. Like that, their idea. Of course, Lord's illusion is what happened. Lord wanted to ride, right? So, and some Sukruti is too. So, eventually they were thinking like this, and they were thanking Kali, Mother Kali, right? Bengal, Kali worship is very big. Especially mode of ignorance. At least they worship. In the mode of ignorance, they give respect to Mother Kali. They are afraid of. So they are saying, oh, Kali has blessed us today. Oh, we'll become so rich and that, and glorifying her. And then eventually they brought back the Nimai Pandit to his own house. And they saw where they were wanted to go and where they came, they could not. And here, when they saw Nimai Pandit, Nimai, mother, relatives, oh, here come. And they put him down and he ran away to mother, and their life came back, their life. And here, those people who saw him, they actually wanted to give some, prasadam, mercy, donation, whatever, to these two people who brought him down. Because they were thinking he was lost and they brought him here, so we have to respect them, honor them. But because they thought, oh, if they discover that we are thieves, they might get punished. Actually, no one was going to punish, they were going to honor. But because their own fear, they just ran. And later on, Sachimata, Jagannath were looking where who those great people, great personalities, wow, brought back our son. Our life here is back. Oh, we should be grateful to them, we should honor them, but they are. So, see, Lord, knowingly or unknowingly. So similarly, Nityananda Prabhu is even more merciful. So what happened? Nityananda Prabhu was wearing all kinds of gold diamond, and he was staying in Navadip devotee's house, lonely place, very far away. There's no house around it. Night time is take rest there. All his devotees, they were engaged in arena. They were somebody roaring, somebody crying, somebody dancing, somebody jumping up and down. Nityananda Prabhu is also flowing. Completely forgotten. And there was a thief, not ordinary thief. He was born by Brahmin, but became a thief of the thieves and very notorious. He doesn't even, he has killed so many people because of robbery. He doesn't hesitate to do anything. So he decided, oh, Nityananda, wearing so much gold, diamond, he should steal. So he gathered all the thieves and they made a meeting. And they're all waiting. Okay, today we will attack. And luckily, Kali Mata given us a chance because he stays in the night, lonely house, far away from all are very favorable for us. Wow. So tonight we will attack. And they are all discussing. I will take his golden necklace, I will take this, I will take that. So, in a way, we are also thieves. Okay? We are no different. Why is that? Because we have come to take this material world, this mundane property, this and that. But we don't want it. See, we want is, he is the owner. See, Lord Krishna is the owner of, but we don't want him. We don't want the owner, but we want his possessions. See, so this is the problem. Small or big, this is the thing. So, and for life after life, we are thieving. We are. So that's why our Acharya is saying, if you look at this way, how much, punishment we should get. We are getting only very, very tiny amount of punishment that we deserve. This is what Acharya. God, life after life, we are stealing. So anyway, so becoming devotee means what? Stop stealing and then start serving. This is the thing. Either one is stealing or one is serving. So we have to gradually reduce the stealing and gradually increase the service. So anyway, in this case, what happened, you can see in this case. So they were planning, and they were all like swords, knives, trishula, attack, kill. They were thinking kill. Nityananda and all his associates and steal and not like that. So, and in the middle of the, they are waiting for the middle of the night. Meantime, they sent a spy to observe what they are doing. Oh, now they are taking prasadam. Oh, okay, let them take prasadam. Soon after that, they will take rest and, we will go and attack. Like that. But Nityananda Prabhu, he knows everything, what is happening. So, he is inspired with Nidra Devi. See, we are not independent. You want to sleep, we are not independent. Understand? There is an Adhishtatri Devata, or even for sleep. If she makes us sleep, we will sleep. If not, we will not sleep. So inspired her, put them all into sleep. So they all deep sleep. They were panic. Oh, we'll go on attack. Then what happened? Morning, the crows, the birds chirping and all that. Then they wake up and they're saying, what happened? And everybody is sleeping. No, see. Then the dawn is up, then immediately they hide their weapons in the forest and they ran and take Ganga back and then travel. And they were complaining, see, it is your fault. You were saying this, you fell first. You became asleep first. No, I saw you were falling asleep. Then they were all accusing each other. Then the leader said, no, don't worry. Because we did not worship Kali properly, we were not successful. So this time we will offer our meat, then wine, and then we will go again. So they worshipped Kali, and then again went next night. This time there were weapons and all. Again, middle of the night, they said, "Oh, okay, it's time, let's go." So they went near the house. What happened? They were amazed. They saw very big, tall people wearing garlands, chanting Harina, and then having a sword, very powerful weapons, and very strong. And each one of them can kill hundreds of these dacoits. They felt they were very powerful. So there is no way they can encounter. And so they have to return back. Then they are saying, discussing, this Nityananda he is very intelligent. He knew that we are going to attack. That's why he hired some security. Someone is saying, no, that may not be true. But some rich person must have come to meet Gosai, Nityananda. So he brought his security, and this is what it is. Others said, no, I have heard. Nityananda is the Supreme Lord. He can do anything he wants. Others say, no, how is it possible? He also eats and then takes rest like us. How we can give God? Like that, they were, so many could not come to any conclusion. And they said, okay, let's wait for another 10 days before we attack, So after 10 days later, again they gathered together. And then what happened? So that night, right? They are equipped with sword, knives, and trishula. So they all came. And in the middle of the night, they went near the house. The Nityananda Prabhu was taking rest, all his devotees. And they approached. It was very dark night. So dark. When they approached nearby, they all became blind. So then what happened? Some fell in the ditch. Some fell in some water where all the, scorpion biting. So many. And somebody break their legs, so many things. Mosquitoes biting. They were under no sight. Everybody became blind. So much suffering. And on top of it, Indra sent a rain, heavy rain, thunder, wind. They were shivering. There's no eyesight. And then all these things biting them. They said, oh no. Yeah, no. Then they realized, so much suffering. They decided, they understood, this leader understood. Nityananda cannot be ordinary person. First day we went, we were made to sleep. Second day it was so protected by great warriors. Third, now we lost our eyesight. And rain, all this, scorpion, this thing biting, this is hell. Oh, no. We have offended him. Oh, Nityananda. Oh, Nityananda Prabhu, please forgive me. I'm most sinful. I wanted to rob you. Please please, please forgive me. Now I understand your power. I will never do this thing problem again. So now they were thinking like that. Then they got back their eyesight. And their suffering became less. Wind became less. When they started thinking of Nityananda, then glorifying it gradually. And they all went back home. The next day, this leader came running to Nityananda, fell at his mother. Oh, Nityananda, please forgive me. And many of them knew that he is the thief of the thief, the Brahman. And some devotees, oh, he's making a drama to be in friend and then steal. Others say, no, Nityananda Prabhu has blessed him, showed his mercy. That's why he has changed of heart. So then Nityananda Prabhu said, oh Brahmana, you are so fortunate. Please tell us about Krishna, how Krishna saved you, how he made you change up your mind. Oh Nityananda Prabhu, what to tell? Nityananda Prabhu is not taking any credit. He's saying Krishna, how Krishna did, what did you see, how did you? So he is narrating how they were planning. First, they all the thieves together, and they were, with all the knives, swords, Trisulas being attacked. Then now they were overcome by sleep. Next, they saw so many warriors. Third, they lost their sight, got back. Then Nityananda, oh, Krishna bless you. You are not ordinary person. If you are able to see this, you are not ordinary. Krishna really blessed. You are so fortunate. Saying like that, the garland that Nityananda Prabhu had, put him on his garland, on his neck, and then chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Patita Pavan, Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Jai Nityananda, Jai, like that. Then Nityananda Prabhu instructed. So now he is saying, I will take all your sin, but you should not do it again. So then he told him, you should go and then convince all other thieves, preach to them, bring them. So that was rolling on the floor, tears on his eyes, taking the dust. And he said, I want to give up my life now. I'm so sinful. Nityananda Prabhu said, no, you forbid, no. You have a service to do. Go on, change. Thieves, right? If a farmer thief goes and tells the thieves, because they can talk, right? They will be convinced, yes. They know he was a great thief. Now we have changed our heart. So they will listen to him than anybody else. So then he brought them back. So this is the mercy of the Nityananda. Amazing. Think about. So that's why Nityananda Prabhu is no words without his mercy. That's why he says Nityananda Prabhu's mercy, you cannot get mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or mercy of Radha. Service of Radha and Krishna is not possible without mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. So that's why Vrindavan Thakur tried so much to glorify Nityananda. And he, to the extent he said, if somebody does not understand the glories of Nityananda Prabhu, if they criticize him, I will kick his head. He said. You might say, wait a minute, is it proper or improper? Actually, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati says, this is the greatest mercy that Vrindavan Das Thakur does. Because Shastra said there are three things very powerful. What is that? The dust from the lotus feet of the water that has washed the Vaishnava. And then the prasad, the leftover of the prasadam that he takes, gives the remnants. These three are very Mahabharata. It bestows you, gives you a lot of strength. So, Vrindavan Das Thakur, he says, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati is saying, if there are so many atheists who are doubting Nityananda Prabhu, I will kick their head by giving head. What does it mean? He wants to show the dust from his lotus feet on their head. You know, so, it's actually bestowing mercy on them. So, that's why anything that Vaishnavas do is always for our welfare. You know? They can do only welfare. Like, see, we were talking about the science. See, in the science, science is agnostic. Right? You can see Darwin, dead and gone, still they teach same. There's so many evidences. So, what to do? So, you have to counteract. We have to take them to the court. See, our Bhakti Prajnan Keshav Goswami, Param Guru, always going to the court. Not that, to bring out, to bring others in the right line. Right? That is, even though it seems like he lost a couple of cases, but he actually won. Because the intended result is to change, to bring them in the right path that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. If you deviate, then we went to the court. But these people were so afraid of Bhakti Prajnan Keshav Maharaj. Even before the judgment, they said, no, we are following. There is nothing to, they're not disobeying order of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. So that's what he wanted. But if he goes and tells them request, they will not hear. But when you go through the court, they said yes. So sometimes, so same way, the mentality of the science also. So use their own tools to, so luckily they are in themselves asking this question, what is conscious? Because they have come to the point they cannot deny, but they cannot understand where it is coming from. But again, they say, no, matter must be the source of consciousness. Matter must be the source of mind, like that. Don't they accept mind? Not to some extent. Most of it is love. So this is where we can come in and then show by their own logic and all that it is not possible. It's the other way around. By our own example. So, and then bringing the controller. See, the science is main problem is that they don't want to accept there is a control. Personality. They accept the law, but who brought in the law? Who is enforcing the law? This is it. So we have to show that look, you have to accept. So that's why it's very simple. It's not complicated. You have to ask the right questions and then link all this physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, information technology, all these things. And then spirituality. If you link and then present properly, then it opens anybody's eyes. So, like I'm giving one example, like how to prove that Lord exists and lives. Like in this past time, we can prove a new dam and then, but he acted as if does not know. So change of consciousness. Main thing is change of consciousness. But if you don't accept what is consciousness, but at least scientists are coming. So it's a symptom of the presence of soul. Non-matter. Now how do we matter, non-matter? So how we become alive, what is it? So very interesting thing. Then the ghosts, presence of ghosts. Whether plants have consciousness or see some experiments are there, amazing. So these experiments, they have no answer that we can combine all this. See, we present one principle. With that, we can explain all the different phenomena. Then if there is one phenomena which explains all these things that they cannot explain, then what else? They have to accept it. This is how. So, taking much time. So, like also increasing faith in ourselves. Once you recognize, once you understand all pervading aspect of the thought, you'll be amazed. Yes. Yes, scripture is what is taught. So, for that, I'm giving you one example. See, we know can any two vehicles in this world will have the same registration number? No, right? Because behind that there is an understanding between different countries, within a country, different states. There's a database, enforcement, so many things, right? But you make an observation, yes, no two vehicles, no two houses, the whole world, even including no leaves, no snowflakes. You cannot find two identical snowflakes. Of course, people from Asia, Africa, and all, they may not understand. But coming from North America, Europe, I think they might understand. So much snow. How many snowflakes are there in one snow season? Trillion. You can keep on telling trillion, but still they say scientists say, not find to identify. Is it a random process? No, that can be proved. Not a- By chance, can you find two? They say. So it's random. It's not a random. So, see, you have to understand there's a difference between uniqueness and randomness. For this, I've given an example. One time, uh, this is an important principle, One time, software people wrote a software in America for travel agent and installed this software, came back. And now and then, there was a hang up, system hangs, service call. And what to do? You have to reboot it or do something. Why is that? So they went through the code, right? Software. They could not find any fault. Then, of course, if it happens periodically, regularly, you can go and check in the code, right? In the software where there is a problem. But this is once in a blue time, blue moon. Very rarely happens. That's very difficult. So the manager said he sent his his associates, but they could not. So he said himself, I'm tired of this service. And also prestige problem. He went long weekend and then he went to the code, he did not find anything. And then again and again, then he came across maybe this. So he made a smart. What it is, whenever there is a person called this travel agent, right? Usually computers understands in numbers. He assigns a number, that particular customer. So how to arrange that number? There is a called random number generator. Actually, all random number generators are pseudo random because they are not strictly ideal because of the limitation of the computer. Previously, it was 4-bit, then 8-bit, 16-bit, 32, 64, 128-bit, 250, whatever, right? 1024, 2 to the power of 1024, but still, there is a finite probability that when you call the number, you get the number. When you call next time, you might get the same number, but very small probability, almost. So they practically assume that it's a random. This one. So this person calls it, calls the random number. He generates the number, assign that, and then he keep the record. Then another customer calls, he calls the random number generator again, give the number again. Now what this person is so low event. Now what happens if two customers get the same number? Machine gets confused, does not know what to do. So for that, to avoid that, what it is, he called the first time customer, made a little change. This manager call the random number generator, assign the number, goes through the record. Right? Then second time customer calls, he calls the random number generator, compares with the previous number. If it happens to the same number, then reject that, call again. As long as it's a different number. So we made this change and came back, and we never got back this service call. What I'm saying many unique things. That means what? It indicates intelligence, storage, whatever. Cannot deny. That's why. But anyway, in the atoms also there is one thing. No two electrons have same quantum state within an atom. Actually, not but they are different. Uh, no two electrons. Fully exclusive. Uh, Meaning, like anywhere, it will not give same address to two houses. We'll have a problem, right? Postman get confused. People who visit you also get confused. Wait a minute, this house or that house? See, so many, instability. So you must have uniqueness. So same way within an atom, no two electrons have same quantum state. Cannot have the same level energy. Four quantum. So they accept this, okay, and they derive so many things, and it is applicable for all the atoms in the entire universe for all time. But nobody questions it. Wait a minute, because he makes so many, things from this. We build up the periodical table, we predict so many things. But who is enforcing this? There must be enforcing agent, is it not? There is the enforcing agent in assigning the address to the people, is it not? Suppose you build a house. No, I like this address. Wait a minute, it can, but it has to be registered. Make sure nobody else has this number address. Like a vehicle, you pay extra fees, but nobody else can have your number again. What is the difference? So same way that agency must be there. We accept that. But when it comes to the matter, nature, no such question. And there's no need. It is like this is the problem. There must be an entity enforcing it. What is the nature of that entity? Must be nature of entity. It can derive 11 qualities. So, 11 qualities. That it must be entity such that he is everywhere, must be everywhere all the time, all places. He has a control over everything. Everybody has to listen to it. And is like that, many things, 11 qualities. So must be there. And who is that? Shastra says Sarva Akar, Sarva Ashray, Sarva Utpadaka, Sarva Palaka, Sarva Sammaraka, Sarva Niyamaka, Sarva Preraka, Sarva Pravartaka, Yata Yogya Punya Jnana Bandha Moksha. Must be there, it cannot be there. So, so that is supreme. So the Brahman, that's what that means. You cannot deny it. Can we see him? He's invisible. This is also one of the 11 points. He's not visible. This is why Vrindavan Das Thakur says that only by his mercy we can know, not otherwise. Shastra Upanishad says only if he wants us to know, we can know, otherwise. In this case, it is what it is. It is true, no two atoms, same quantum state. No two electrons are in same quantum state. Must be true. But how? his birth. So, but we cannot deny. See, this is. So by this we can explain so many other things. Like so many, see once you understand this, you start seeing things everywhere. Yes. Boy, God is there, invisible. Certainly is in. Like I'll give you another example and then suppose what happens if two coconuts are put in very close, say 3 feet. Usually we will have 20 feet apart. Okay? 20 feet apart, you put coconut. One there. So that way, when they grow up, they go straight, right? They go straight and branches, 10 feet, 10 feet, no problem. But now what happens if you only 3 feet, very close, but how they will grow? They grow. Mathematical, what is the possibility? One growing like this, one growing like this. One growing like this, another growing like this. Another possibility, both growing like this. Another one maybe like this. Another one like this. See? Some 8 possibilities. What is the predominant that you find in nature? You can give, if you go to Florida, you will see, that's where I signed theories. I was so excited. Gurudev has gone there. I don't know how they put two coconuts 3 feet apart, even less than apart. So then I found so many, so you can ask your question. Wait a minute. Predominantly, I see only this. What does it mean? That means what? There must be third agency who is telling both, dictating both. Hey, you have to bend like this. You have to bend like this. And they cannot complain. Okay. Hey, brother, you bend like this. No, why should I bend? You bend. There will be. But there must be third entity. No. You have two brothers, you have to bend. Like that, I can come with so many examples. Science doesn't have explanation, but cannot deny these problems. Same way, for example, genetics. See, I think I told you. See, you can put all this together. See, they will explain all this. Some cases. Oh, yes, DNA. Like this. Explain these characters, mother, father, devil. All right, what happened? Identical twins. Take the example of identical. This is where science gets tested. Instead of giving example to coconuts. So now two identical twins. Now what is that? Their biological material is same. Mother, father, sperm. For some reason they become identical. Only mother can distinguish. Nobody else. Oh, so everything features look very identical. So the scientists, because same genetic matter, their conclusion is the DNA must be the same, and fingerprint must be the same, so many things. Because same genetic matter. But is it true? Turns out, till recently they were thinking because advanced science, right? Oh yeah, very close. Oh, they say it must be close. They are same. But now advanced science, more progress, they understand that it is not true. Now, what is their explanation? So there's a crack in their explanation. If you find one example where they fail, it means everything is discarded. You get it? So this is where we can catch them. We can shake them apart. So this is what. See, Bhakti Prajna, Bhakti Rakshakshidam, I was so thrilled to read one time what is said. Went up to the extent there are no two identical electrons. But, I kind of but I wanted a support. Oh, Acharya, one of the Acharyas saying, it's amazing. So now we can imagine the glories of the Lord. Bah. Imagine there are no two identical electrons, no two identical atoms. And we find there are no two identical leaves, no identical trees, no snowflake, no identical snowflake, no identical fingerprint. Of course, we know that. So fingerprint alone is so how like this we can establish the qualities, 11 qualities. And when it presented it solves all known problems. When it solves problems in mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, everywhere, then what more is there for them? So, yeah. So this is where it's amazing. It increases our faith. Wow. How it can save. But still, he is Bhakta Vatsala, cares and overpowered by bhakti. So that's even. So, and we have to accept, that the source of like that we can deduce. So, Vedanta Sutra also. That's why our Gurudev is discussed. You want to be a preacher, you know Vedanta Sutra. These 7 sutras. So, that's why signs of Ekadasi also. See, like you were telling, this Ekadasi Varutin, so many people got so much benefit. Because we sacrifice something and you can feel it. Then what more you want? And it is substantiated by the faith. So our faith in scripture is and what cannot possible becomes what is impossible becomes possible. That's why this present. See what I'm saying is anything in this material world, science is all increasing entropy, disorder. So if the disorder is increasing, what happens? I think we'll have peace of mind. So we have to come in touch with something transcendent, which brings order in disorder. Science does not know this. Ekadasi brings order. Sorry. Cowdung, I was showing people today. Cowdung. I'm thinking of having cowdung with you. That is also what it's called. Japan. That's why we should not slag in our sadhana. Okay? Especially Brahma Muhurta. So then, our vibration very, very easy to concentrate. So, no phones, right? Less to worry about disturbance. So, use that to stabilize our system. Then, there will be order. When you see order, when you are focused, in spite of so many things, disturbing elements, people will appreciate you. They get attracted. Wait a minute, look at this person. There is something special about this person. Wow, I wish. People will start asking and opening their mind. Uh, Once they open, then half the problem is over. Because nowadays, nobody is willing to listen. That's why other day I was telling how Bhakti, Vallabhkit Maharaj. So now he was demonstrating reasoning. That's why ours is Shravana. First is Shravana. Shravana. Harina. And also, so when we do Shravana of this, we can actually better listen to others also. Then by this Shravana, even though we hear so many things, we absorb, we can neutralize all that mundane hearing through this Shravana hearing. Now, right, neutralize. So we can establish. What I'm saying is, see, in the church you go, they say once a week they go. They tell the priest, please forgive me. And I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. Now the priest is hearing all these things. So many people. You think people will come and tell all good things? Maybe. So many bad things. And what happens is mentality. He's not doing Ekadasi, no japa, all tamasic food. Right? What of ignorance? No, they can eat everything. No regulation. Then on top of it, he's hearing all these things, bad things. How, first of all, he will neutralize that and he can digest that. Soon he will be thinking about what others have done. Gradually, he start doing that and he's out. This is what is happening. So we should not go into that path. Okay. They do let them. Eventually, whole world will wake up to Krishna consciousness, especially Gaudiya principle. Okay, it is already predicted and it is going to happen. Don't worry about it. Whole world will accept and then whole world will do. Sooner or so many things. God is so kind, bringing so many things, so many people together. So, may we glorify, we pray to Vrindavan Thakur to give us such a high understanding of Nityananda Prabhu. Wow, so much pain, so much. Nityananda Prabhu, he enlightened. So we pray at his lotus feet, he enlighten us. Give his mercy. To get the mercy of Nityananda. And if also Devi also give us strength to follow, make progress. Vancha kalpataru besha kripa sindhu vacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnava. Thank you again. I'm sorry for this inconvenience. Maybe next Thursday, probably I'll let you know even earlier. Maybe a travel day, maybe. But I will adjust it. Maybe I will try to travel in the morning. So. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Vancha kalpatu. Patitanam Bhavan.
Hare Krishna Gurudev, Dandavad Pranams. Thank you so much.